Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Natalia, you can call me Nachi, and I'm here to show you my Pleasantview today. Yes! So yeah, I've been playing this game for 20 years guys. It's been a while, and of course my gameplay changed and evolved a lot since I ever started back when I was a child. And I was heavily inspired by other creators that I watch very much. Like every day I'm watching a different Sims 2 creator, and I really like these kinds of videos where people just showcase their neighborhoods and really show us what they did with the families and everything and the story that they are following. So I really wanted to do that to show you my version of this town. So yeah, this is my Pleasantview. I must say that I kind of restarted this game for like a long time. I tried different templates, I tried different versions, and now I have this one that I really like, which is the genetically correct Pleasantview. You can find this in Mod The Sims. It includes the scripted event, so it's pretty much the same Sims, the same story, just with genetically correct Sims, because I don't really like the Sims that come with the original Pleasantview because they are pretty much all the same. Like Dawn, Daniel, Darren, Dirk, they all have kind of the same face. So I don't like that, and I really enjoy the genetically correct, where we can really see the kids and everything, and everybody in the way that they should look, you know? So yeah, this is my Pleasantview small town. Not really much changed ever since I started playing the game. I've been playing this one for 2 seasons in game. So that's what I usually call a round for me. It's just a season, so 5 days. And right now we are just at start of the spring round, spring season, so 3rd season. And I thought it was a good touch point to do right now because the story is evolving quite a bit, and I really want to show you how things are going right now. So yeah, as you can see, Pleasantview is not very changed. We do have some new houses here that I added because we needed it. So for example, we had the oldie house here and the brand new one, very cute house that I downloaded from The Sims. I also changed what it is now, the burb house, with another one that I downloaded. Right here on the top of the map you can see that I added the trailer park, the apartments. There are trailers, and I feel like this goes very well here, close to Brandy's trailer as well, in the trailer park at Pleasantview. Other houses are not changed, and the Lothario house is down here, and I also downloaded this one and replaced the house that was here originally. So yeah, basically I don't care all that much for the houses and for the Sims appearances as per se. So you will see that there are many houses that are still exactly how they are when you start the game, and some families also. People's clothes, for example, I don't think I ever changed Darren's clothes or anything. I just changed his glasses. So when I cannot stand something, I will change it, but other than that, I'm not really picky with the Sims appearances and everything. I like it to make sense. So my gameplay, my rules are not very rigid, and I do follow their wants, but at the same time I follow also what I think will work best in terms of the story. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's go and start with the families. The first one here that I'll show you are the Lotharios, of course. So in the beginning of the game, Cassandra married Dawn in the scripted event, and they had twins. They had Giovanna and Nick. And one thing that you'll see kind of around the entire neighborhood is that I always select the names of the kids kind of based on a theme according to what I think goes well with the parents. So for Don, the idea is that he has like an Italian heritage. So I wanted Giovanna and Nick because these are names that come from like Italian heritage as well. Nick actually is called Nicholas, and I'm not really sure if Nicholas is the correct spelling like for Italian version of the name, especially because Don's father was Niccolo. But it's okay, I like Nicholas better, and I did not want it to be exactly the same. So yeah, that's the main idea. So yeah, ever since they got married, Dawn has not really had the chance to go around very much and to start looking for other people to chit with. So yeah, he's not very happy in the marriage, but Cassandra is also really happy. She's been putting a lot of attention into the twins, and they were a lot to handle. So what I think will happen next is that Dawn will finally be able to start back in the game, like heavily going after other women. And I wonder if Cassandra will finally catch it, will finally be able to see how he's not really a monogamous guy. I think he really loves her, not as much as he loves Nina, of course, but he really loves her, and like in his way, I think he wouldn't be sad to stay married with her as long as she wanted a like non-monogamous relationship. But of course, that's not Cassandra. She's a family sim. And let's see how things go, and if their marriage lasts for quite a long time or not. I don't really think so, but maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Next, let's go and talk a little bit about the Goff family. So right now, as you can see, the Goff family living here in the manor are just Dina and Mortimer. Alexander is in college. He's at Sim State University right now. And yeah, so the idea here is that Mortimer is really happy. He was able to really move on and be happy again with Dina really brought a new life to his life, and at first he didn't really want to have more children because of course he's very old. He's almost dying. Like I think he has like 3-4 days. I don't even know. But he's very old. So he didn't really want to bring another child to this world. But Dina wanted. And it's not really that I want it, it's that Dina wanted it. And the way I feel it makes sense is that Dina is a little bit of afraid that once Mortimer kicks the bucket, she will be left with nothing because, of course, Alexander is the owner of the mansion. Cassandra already got her share of the fortune, which was a lot. So, yeah, I think Dina was a bit afraid that the Goth children would not let her stay with her share of the fortune, so that's why she really wanted an heir for herself. And yeah, so now she's pregnant. It's been a while since she married Mortimer, so they actually had a little bit of fertility issues. And in my head canon, they had to do like IVF and a treatment to be able to get pregnant. And that's just because Dina insisted a lot. So yeah, I wonder if Mortimer will have the energy to deal with a new infant and to start all over again with him being so close to dying, And I'm gonna be sad once Mortimer dies because I like him. So yeah, that's pretty much the Lotharios and the Goths. Now let's go for the next one in line, which would be Nina. So Nina has a daughter, as you can see here on the screen. She got pregnant actually in the scripted event Woohoo with Don Lothario. So Valentina is daughter of Nina and Don. Again, I named her Valentina because I wanted to kind of follow the Hispanic heritage that Nina has. So I really love that name for her. I did not mention that I plan on giving Dina's baby like a name that's very goth. It could be like Christopher, or maybe Peter, or maybe Casper if it's a boy, or I don't know, I'm thinking about Anastasia, or maybe a very princess-like name in case it's a girl. So yeah, for the Goths I will do that, but for the Caliente I did the Hispanic heritage. So Valentina is a very sweet girl. I believe she will be a family sim, which is really cool and different than her mom. But in my mind, I don't see Nina as like a serial cheater. I see Nina as more like of a hopeless romantic, meaning that she really wants to find the one and to really have a lot of romantic experiences with that person. So in my game, she's ever only been with Dawn. Similar to him, I think, like because she had to take care of the baby just by herself. She did not have much time to go around, and not much money also to let Valentina with the nanny. But yeah, so now that Valentina is a child, she just aged up to a child. She's a little bit older than the twins, but again, she just aged up to a child. I think Nina will be able to get back on the dating scene and really find someone that is a better match for her than Dawn. Because of course Dawn's married, and I do use Pescado's romance mod where people only get jealous when they are committed. So Cassandra would be jealous of Nina, but Nina would not be jealous of Cassandra. And in my mind is that because Nina understands that she's the other woman, she knows, of course, Dawn is married, so she cannot be jealous of his wife. Not, at least not like that. She can be jealous, but not really angry or anything or react badly because she knows he's married. But anyway, I really want Nina to find someone better and to find a better match for her. And I do have someone in mind. They haven't met yet, and I don't want to force them to be together. So let's see if now in the spring round they will bump into each other and get to know each other. Because this person that I see with Nina is actually her next door neighbor. Another very interesting story that I want to share with you, which is Daniel Pleasant's story. So yeah, Daniel is now living here in the condo right where Dawn used to live. And let me tell you about Daniel. So Daniel, differently than what we usually do in the community, Daniel was the one who divorced Mary Sue. And the reason for that was that he felt really neglected in the marriage. And he doesn't really know yet, but that's because Mary Sue is gay. So in my game, inspired by other games that I saw around, I think it makes a lot of sense for Mary Sue to be gay, because she's more of a sim that's more focused on appearances and the facade and everything. So I feel like she's being gay but married to a man makes a lot of sense, because she wanted to deny it and live like a the life that society expects of her. So she had the children, she had Lilith, Angela, and everything. But once they were already teenagers, of course, she wasn't able to give Daniel what he needed. And in my mind, Daniel, again, is similar to Nina. He's not like a serial cheater, also because the gameplay would be very boring to have all the Sims do the same thing. But yeah, I don't think he's like a cheater or anything. I think like he's a very needy guy, like a very someone who needs a lot of attention. So I feel like he and Nina would be a good pair. But yeah, so pretty much what happened in the scripted event is that, of course, Daniel cheated with Kayleen. Mary Sue didn't really caught them at that time because of a glitch. But later, she caught them. And when she caught them, she didn't really react. So, yeah. I was pretty upset that she didn't react, but of course she's being gay. She's not really attracted to Daniel. She doesn't have any chemistry with him. I think the game kind of doesn't count her as liking him, even though they were married. So I thought it made a lot of sense for Daniel to then be pissed off, you know, like, hey, Mary Sue, what do I have to do for you to pay attention to me, right? I'm literally cheating on you, like in bed with the maid, and you don't really care. So I think in my mind, Daniel was really upset, and he was the one who pulled the divorce card. And of course, Mary Sue didn't really want it. In her mind, she was okay with Daniel having a fling. She really wanted to keep the facade and to keep the marriage and for things to stay just as they were. But Daniel was fed up with it. Again, he's a needy guy. He needs attention, and he didn't really want to continue with that. And now he moved here into the condo district, and he's starting all over again. Another thing in my head that I feel it would be interesting for Daniel is the fact that he's almost an elder. So I wonder how that will affect his mind, you know, because he's level 9 in the athletics career. He's very well known in the community. And now to become an elder and single, so I wonder how he will react to all of this. And yeah, I really hope he meets Nina and they get together, but again, not sure. Let's see how things go. Now, let me show you the OD family, which is right now Mary Sue, Angela, and a baby. So, oops, clicked on burps, sorry. I spoiled the burps, but did not spoil and talk to you about the oldies. So here are the oldies. So as I told you, Angela, Mary Sue, and a baby. So what happened here is that Angela got back from college, like today, and she brought little Serena with her. We're gonna jump into the Angela story really soon, but just to wrap up on Mary Sue. So yeah, now she's Mary Sue Odie. She lives here in the house that used to be her parents. And now that she's single, divorced, soon to be elder, a grandma, as you can see, I wonder if Mary Sue would be finally open to explore her sexuality and try and find a woman, because she didn't really have the experience. So she might be really happy once she does find true love. So I really hope she's able to do it. But now for Angela. Angela, in my game right now, is not a very good person. So usually I am one of those simmers that really like Lilith more than Angela. However, in this playthrough, I like Angela more. And I think the reason for that is the fact that she's not a very good person. She is a secondary romance sim, and differently than Nina or Daniel, I do think Angela wants to get around to be with as many people as possible, just like Dawn. And she's a popularity sim, of course. So yeah, I really like the character of Angela in this playthrough, also because she wants to be an icon. So my plan for her is to put her in the show business career so that she can become a star, and that will probably make things really difficult between her and Serena. Of course, we're gonna need to see how things evolve. But yeah, she didn't really want to have Serena in the first place because it was like a oopsie pregnancy during college. But now that she's here, of course, she brought the child to her mom, and maybe Mary Sue will be a good grandma for Serena. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if Mary Sue kind of makes up for her bad parenting with her grandchild. And again, I really like the name Serena for Angela's child because I feel like it goes well with Angela. Both names being kind of soft and sweet and ladylike, and angelical and stuff like that. So I really like this naming system that I came up with because I feel like more connected to The Sims. Whenever I tried the alphabetical name, I just felt it wasn't really fun. So yeah. I really like Serena. I feel like she will be a great character. She's I didn't mention her father, but I will tell you soon. But I think you can kind of think who the father could be. But let's go now for Lilith and Dirk, who are living in the Dreamer household. So right after college again, they just got back from college. Lilith and Dirk moved in with Tyrion. And I wonder if Darren will be a good kind of roommate for them now that they are about to start a family. Lilith and Dirk have been together ever since high school. They were sweethearts. In college, they were together right away when they jumped into the dorm. They've been going steady for a while, and Lilith does have the one to get engaged. So I feel like they are gonna start a family, probably not a big one, but a small family. And since Darren has been living alone all this time, painting, learning skills, like kind of living his best life, I wonder how he will deal with this new family, especially now that he's also becoming an elder. I think he's like a day or two younger than Daniel. So it's gonna be a good dynamic here. I really want to see how he reacts. And I especially want to see Dirk and Lilith's relationship evolve as they start their careers. So right now, Dirk wants to be a business tycoon. I'm really considering of changing his lifetime want for a law enforcement career. But right now, he wants to be a business tycoon. He studied economics in college, so I think it makes sense for him to continue on that path. But I don't know if he'll enjoy what Lilith will do long term, because Lilith, who has a really high interest in the paranormal, wants to become a cult leader. So yeah, in my head canon, Lilith's a bit crazy. Of course, she has a lot of socialization issues. because of her upbringing and her family being neglectful and everything. So I feel like she would be a good candidate to a role like that. And I wonder how Dirk will see that as time goes by, because I don't feel like Dirk is a very, different person. I think he's very traditional. He's very like, he's like grounded Sim. So I wonder how he and Lilith will start their family, if they will continue together as she evolves in the paranormal career. And I feel like it suits Lilith very much because, again, she has a high interest in the paranormal, and also she's a popularity sim, so she really wants to influence people and to be known. So being a cult leader will make her interesting for me, I think, because, again, in this playthrough, I like Angela more for some reason. For the reasons I already explained, but anyway. Next, now the Burbs that I spoiled before. The Burbs usually have lots of children in other people's games, but in my game, they had fertility issues as well. I don't know if my ACR settings are wrong or anything, but of course, when I moved them in, I kind of adjusted their ages so that it would make sense with Lucy's. I did not see them being so young when the game starts. And then they started trying for a baby like every day, and it didn't really happen for them. Jennifer did not get pregnant. So right now, Lucy is already in college. She's with Alexander. Alexander and Lucy are going steady in college, being together there. And Jennifer and John are close to becoming elders too. I think they will do right on the finish of, on the end of the spring round or the start of the summer round, not sure. But it's not going to be very far away, and I don't see them ever having another child. So I was kind of okay with that also, because John's lifetime wish is to reach golden anniversary, so that's okay. And Jennifer is a fortune sim, so she's much more focused in her career. And the fact that she wasn't really pregnant got her able to reach level 9 in her career already. So she's already a president. She's gonna be a business tycoon in no time. And in my mind, what I think will happen for these two is that once Jennifer achieves business tycoon level, I don't know if she's gonna wanna be with John anymore. And the reason for that is because John is unemployed. He's not really ambitious. He just wants to be at home, like a stay-at-home husband. They don't even have another child for him to take care of. So I wonder if Jennifer will still be interested in him once she becomes such a high-level achiever, Jennifer is also a secondary romance sim, and again, in my mind, that means she really likes to have intimacy and she really values that. So I wonder if she'll still be turned on by John, with him being such a loser and her being such a high achiever, So, yeah. To be honest, I don't really like John very much, so I don't know if I'm being kind of biased with him, but I do really like Jennifer, and I think she deserves better than John. So let's see how things go. I'm not gonna really jump into Kaylin here because there's not much going on with her. Kaylin moved to Pleasantview right after Daniel got divorced because she has the hopes of getting together with Daniel. However, I don't see it. I don't think Daniel will want to get with Kaylin just because she was a maid. She doesn't really have a high education, and Daniel is a high achieving athlete. He's almost level 10, almost Hall of Fame. So I cannot imagine like a Hall of Fame as Daniel almost is, like having a serious relationship with Kaylin, like taking her to events and stuff like that. So I feel like Daniel will prefer to get with another person, maybe a dancer like Nina, I don't know, but I don't see with Kaylin right now. Kaylin is the culinary career. She's very good friends with Brandy, who lives right in front of her. So yeah, let's see who Kaylin ends up finding out, because I feel like her heart's gonna be broken by Daniel. But yeah, now I'm gonna jump into the Broke household actually, because I want to show you a little bit about this family. As you can see here, we have Dustin back from college, Bo, who's now a teenager, and the little baby Broke, who's unborn at the start of the game. It's actually a girl. that I named Skipper. Of course, based on her dad's name, but also in Barbie's sister's name, because I felt like it was a good match. So yeah, Dustin is here in the front of the house because again he just got back from college. I did not even change his outfit. Uh, so yeah, Dustin is one of my favorite sims in this playthrough right now, and we'll get to him in a second. Let's just first go with Bo. Bo in this playthrough is a musician. I really want him to be like a successful musician, very well known, popular guy. His inspiration is popularity. He plays the piano. Hopefully, he'll play other instruments very soon, as soon as they have ways to, buy other instruments and everything. The trailer is pretty much the same. Nothing really changed here, as you probably can tell. It's pretty much as it is in the start of the game. Um, and yeah, we have little Skipper here, who's gonna be a knowledge sim. She sleeps in Brandy's room, and she's pretty much exactly like Brandy, like her same face and everything. And right now she's the same hair as Lilith, but I really like that hair, and it's different colors, so I don't mind, don't really mind. She's gonna be a knowledge sim, and I really look forward to see what happens with her. And Brandy right now, I just changed her pants because you cannot tell, but I just changed her pants because I don't really like what she's wearing. But other than that, she's pretty much the same. I changed her pants and her hair. But Brandy, she never really had the one to have anything serious with a guy. She had a fling with Gordon King at some point, but they don't really have a really high chemistry, so I don't think they are gonna be end game. I don't even know. They're not even in love. So yeah, it's been a while since she met Gordon, and I don't know if it will move forward. In my mind, I think there's no one else that could really match Brandy because Brandy is a single mother with three kids, like a little bit older. Um, she just started working again. Like I don't feel like many Sims would be very interested in her in the fact that she brings so much baggage to a relationship. So I don't really see like people who pair her with Mortimer. I don't think that makes any sense. Mortimer would never go for such a broke person, especially considering his old money. And also, I don't really want Darren to be with her because I also feel like Darren is like a struggling artist, and if we just put together struggling artists with a single mom, I don't know, it wouldn't make their life much easy. So yeah, I don't really want that. I want her to be with Gordon, but she doesn't really seem to want it very much. And her lifetime want is actually to have grandchildren. So she's focused on her kids much more than a possible romance. So yeah, let's go for Dustin. And right now, him and Angela are kind of my favorite scenes in this playthrough. And Dustin's story is very interesting. He's been with some people, mostly Angela and Meadow. So let me go back here into Dustin's memory so we can explore this a little bit. So yeah, basically, Dustin started the game with going steady with Angela. Of course, they had their first kiss together. They started going out. It was very wholesome in the beginning of the game. And then they went to college. As you can see here in his memory, he went to college. In college, he was able to meet and have a lot of friends and meet a bunch of people. But Dustin is a very good boy. So in my game, he kept sending money to the broke family, even though he wasn't living here. To help his mom out. So I really enjoy that. I feel like Dustin is kind of a bad boy and a good boy at the same time. So yeah, in college he had a lot of friends, met a bunch of people, and at a party that Angela threw, Meadow kissed Dustin. And you might be wondering, like, if he went to college with Angela, why wouldn't they together? wouldn't they be together? And the reason for that, in my mind, is that once they got to college, Angela really started feeling like she was better than Dustin. Like she comes from money. She's very smart, very beautiful. So she was like, I don't want to continue with you. So they didn't really start getting together at that point. And then Meadow came along. Meadow kissed Dustin, but of course it wasn't anything serious. But he was intrigued with her. He was like, who's this girl who's kissing me? And if you're wondering, I usually move a townie with a playable to university. So in this first university round, I had Dustin, Dirk, Angela, and Lilith. And I also moved Meadow, Randy, Ricky, and Sophie with them. So they were not in the same dorm, but they were there at the same time, and I like that because that means their relationships continue evolving. That's why I feel like Dustin has so many best friends memory here. But okay, so yeah, Meadow kissed him at a party, and then right after that, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but Angela decided to go for Dustin. And I kind of know the reason for that is because whenever they reached junior year, I gave Angela a secondary romance inspiration, so she really wanted to get around. And of course, the first person she wanted to do it with was Dustin, her kind of safe place, the person she knew would be always there for her. So she woohooed with him. They had their first time together. But then Angela did not want to continue doing this with Dustin. She still thinks she's better than him. So they were just fooling around. They were just woohooing and not being serious. And again, during a party, now Dustin kind of reconnected with Meadow, and he tried to make out with her, and she rejected him. And I feel like the reason that happened is because Meadow is a family sim. She didn't really want to just make out with a random person, at a random party. Even though she kissed him first, she doesn't want Dustin to have that opinion of her. She's a good girl, so she rejected the makeout, and she wanted him to take her on a proper date. So they went to their first date together, and during this first day, things evolved very quickly. They finally made out. They woohooed, and fell in love. So it was a great date. Dustin fell in love with Meadow right at that time, and then not very long after that, Dustin fell in love with Angela again, because again, Angela and Dustin did not really stop fooling around with Dustin getting together with Meadow, because it wasn't anything serious. Like Dustin wasn't going steady with Meadow or anything, and Angela also. So he continued doing things with both girls, had two loves at once, and then little Serena was born. So yes, Dustin is Serena's father, as you can probably imagine already. And once Serena was born, Dustin was like, okay, so now it doesn't make any sense for me to be separated from Angela, so let's get married. And once he proposed to Angela, Angela rejected him. Poor Dustin. I feel like Dustin is will be forever in love with Angela. She's like his true love, like the one that got away. And he really tried to be with her, especially after having a child. But again, since Angela thinks she's better than him, thinks she wants to be famous, she wants to be an icon, I don't see her getting married, especially this young. So yeah, she rejected his proposal and drove him right into Meadow's arms. So right after Angela rejected the proposal, Dustin decided to, okay, so in that case, it means that Meadow is the best girl for me and I will be going steady with her. So now Dustin is finally steady with someone. He's with Meadow, they are together, and if he continues to fool around with Angela, now he's going to be cheating on Meadow. For now, that has not happened, and also because they just graduated college, so he just moved back, graduated college and moved back. So he's ready to start his career again in the criminal career. I really wanted Dustin to stay with this kind of bad boy archetype. So his lifetime want is to become the criminal mastermind, and I really want him to stay in this path. I feel like it makes a lot of sense. He's friends with Gordon. His mom is having a fling with Gordon. He was in this career before, so I feel like it makes a lot of sense. But I don't feel like Dustin is a bad person. I feel like he's, even though he's in the criminal career, he's like a sweetheart, and he's like a good boy that really loves his family and really cares to help them out. So yes, I hope he eventually gets with Meadow. She moves in here. They start a family, and let's see with how Angela reacts to it as time goes by. Because I feel like once Justin becomes a criminal mastermind or like a very high achieving criminal person, I feel like Angela will be all over him again. And they do have three boats together, so yes, I feel like there is still a lot of story with these two, and I really enjoy playing them right now. And yeah, that was pretty much my Pleasantview, folks. I hope you enjoyed getting to know my Sims and getting to know a little bit more of my gameplay. I think I will give you more updates as time goes by. I'm not gonna play this town with you on camera, but yeah, I plan on giving you another update maybe once we finish the summer round. And finish kind of the first year of the Pleasantview playthrough. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you someday. Bye.